Hi, welcome to the Mechanical Mind channel. In this video, I'm going to be testing, reviewing, and demoing the DeWalt 12-volt one-handed reciprocating saw, part number DCS312. This is a compact reciprocating saw. I'm going to demonstrate the reason I bought this saw, and then I'm going to do some testing on what they're actually made for. We're going to cut some wood, cut some metal. I'm going to show you what I like and dislike about it. And by the way, guys, this is not a sponsored video. Just a demonstration of this, and I thought you guys would enjoy it. So do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get started. This part number on this box is DCS312B, and that B stands for bare tool. No one's paying me. I'm not sponsored by DeWalt or Lowe's, but I'm going to show you why I like Lowe's when I come to buy my DeWalt tools. They always have a battery deal or some type of free tool, something going on. I walked in there and I was wanting to get 2 more batteries and this tool specifically. Now this tool bare, I've seen prices go from $129 to $149 depending on where you buy it. But normally they have, Lowe's will have a 2 batteries and get a tool free. Well, they had a deal where I could get, if I bought this toolkit that comes with 12-volt quarter-inch impact driver as well as the 12-volt drill, is 2 batteries, a charger, and a bag. For this was $179. So basically I was able to get all this. You see the impact driver, the DCF801, this little 12-volt DCD701 drill right there, the mini or compact reciprocating saw, charger, batteries, carry bag, out the door. And after taxes, my total was $191. And in my opinion, for this little compact reciprocating saw, these other tools, batteries, I think that's a great deal. And just a quick note, the charger that comes with it is the DCB112, which has a charge rate of 2 amps, and it will charge 20 volt batteries as well. And this is their slower charger at 2 amps, the 112. You can get a 115 that charges at twice the rate at 4 amps. So here's the tool. It's very lightweight, balanced very well, has a very good grip. I love the quality of the DeWalt power tools. Feels really nice, so I'm going to pop this battery in and I'm going to demonstrate the trigger, variable speed trigger. All the DeWalt tools that I have with a variable speed trigger, I just love the response of it. Now I'm going to pull this out all the way and show you with this wood blade that they provide. You get a total reach of 4 3/4 inches, and this is a 6 TPI. The TPI stands for teeth per inch, and it also comes with a metal cutting blade, 18 TPI, with a reach of 2 3/4 there, as you can see. Again, very well balanced tool, lightweight, designed for one hand. With the bare tool alone, you're coming at right at 3 pounds, 0.5 ounces, and with that 2 amp hour 12-volt battery, you're coming at 3 pounds, 8.5 ounces. All right, let's get to cutting. First up, 2x4 at regular speed. Now here's some super slow-mo footage. We're going to get to see how well this thing is kind of shaking and bouncing and absorbing the impacts. While I like DeWalt power tools, I don't like their outsourced blades, drill bits, and cutting blades like this one. Let me know in the comments what blades you would recommend for this. All right, next up we're going to cut some metal. So I'm going to change out this blade, and you know, the biggest benefit to these things is just being able to get into hard to reach places. And like, for example, I was recently cutting some limbs off my tree, and it got a little uncomfortable carrying my chainsaw up really high to cut a couple of small branches, but this would have been the perfect thing to do that. So now we're going to take this DeWalt 18 TPI blade and cut this piece of 1/8 inch by 2 inch flat. And I'm going to show you some of the drawbacks of cutting metal with a reciprocating saw. And again, the advantage of these reciprocating saws is just being able to reach into those hard to get to places. And you can see it looks pretty easily cutting this 1/8 inch material like that, but let's take a closer look and I'm going to show you what's really going on here. Now, as you were going back and forth and I go to make contact with the piece of metal, you can notice how we're just going back and forth like a caveman with a knife. And you can see that metal vibrating so much, so you're pushing and pulling against that base of what you're cutting, and it's not smooth. It's not the best way to cut metal. Even though cutting a piece of flat metal like this and attacking it from that thin edge is the best way to cut as far as speed and easiness, it will wear out the blade faster, because you could see how I'm just concentrating in that one little area on this blade, and it's really wearing out that area of teeth on the blade. If you can get easy open access to a piece of metal that you're trying to cut, there's much better tools, battery powered, hand operated tools within the same price range as this that will do a much better job of cutting this. Like for example, this is some 1/2 inch Schedule 40 pipe. And even though this is slow motion footage, it still took forever to cut through this compared to what I'm about to show you. Now, I just wanted to show you a demonstration of a bandsaw, and even though this footage is slowed down, it's going to slice right through this piece of 1/2 inch Schedule 40 pipe like a hot knife through butter. The limitation of these things is just being able to get access to where you need to cut. That's pretty much it, but it's nice and smooth. It's pulling that material against that plate there. It's not vibrating, and as long as you do this right, you'll get a nice clean cut. Now, we're not comparing all cutting tools, just battery powered, hand operated tools within the same price range. And right here I'm showing you a battery powered grinder, 4.5 inch grinder with a slicer cutoff wheel, and we're cutting through this. Now, the disadvantage of these is that you can just see all the sparks, all the smoke, all the dust. But the advantage of these is, one, they're super cheap, very useful for many things other than cutting, and you can get access to a lot of places with this and do a lot of things with it. So guys, for me, the reason I went and bought this was so I can do these pavers. During my off season here, I got some landscaping projects at my house, and I had these stepping stones, and I wanted to put them in several places, one being right along here where I get my water hose. And the ground is so packed hard right now that I was doing these other stones using this edger tool that I bought, but the ground is so packed hard right here. And I saw some other videos where people were using these sawzalls or reciprocating saws, because that's really the hardest part of this whole project, is just cutting out the little square to dig out the ground. But using one of these is going to be a piece of cake compared to that, especially in hard ground. So I'm going to put that wood blade in here, and just this little small one should be plenty powerful to do what I need to do. And in this area right here, it's not really that the ground's packed really hard as it was like on the front of my house and right next to that water hose, but just all the roots, rocks, things like that. This thing will just cut right through it, where trying to use like a shovel or an edger tool, you're fighting with it, and man, this thing just cuts right through it. Now guys, I'm a mechanic and welder. I am not a landscaper. If I can do this, you can. And this made this job so easy. Now I'm just going to take my flat bottom shovel here, scoop underneath. I'm being careful not to just break up this grass, because I'm wanting it to be a nice little square piece of sod that I can go plant where I want this to be. And my shovel's not quite as wide as the stepping stone, so you can see how I'm kind of cutting on both sides of this end, and then I'm going to go attack it from the other end. I'm trying to get about 50% at least to the other side underneath this grass, and then I'm just going to go over to the other side and get it right out of there. Cut it loose like a piece of cake, literally.
And this was the first one that I did using that little reciprocating saw, and I was shocked at how easy this was. That was just a piece of cake. Look at that. And just like everything, guys, practice makes perfect. This was my second one, and it just got easier and easier the more I did it. That is so easy. Now I can put my sand down in there, rock or whatever, sand, and then keep those from sinking in. And I need to level it, and I'm saving this dirt because I have a lot of holes in my yard I need to fill up. So I'll be planting these plugs here that I take out in the areas where I need grass. Now notice how easy it is to take this shovel and make pretty much a perfect square, because that reciprocating saw blade went down in there and created just a nice little clean edge wall, and all I got to do is just scrape this loose dirt away from it. Man, I can't believe how much easier that made this whole entire job. And guys, after about 3 or 4 of them, it just became easier and easier. I just couldn't believe. It's like this thing was purposely built for this job.
Guys, that made the hardest part of that job into the easiest part of that job. And as a matter of fact, I didn't think I was going to be able to get nearly that much done before it got dark, but I think I'm going to go finish the job real quick. And I haven't even broken a sweat. So anyway, I hope you like this review. I think DeWalt knocked it out of the park with this one. I really like this tool, and I don't have to sit here and tell you all the many uses you could do with it. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll have more videos like this coming soon. Thanks for watching.
And if you want to stick around a few more minutes, I'll show you exactly what I was doing with all this. As I took out that grass, we have this section on the front where we're replacing some old mulch. I already removed the mulch, and I'm trying to remove just old rocks and twigs and roots and things. And then I want to get this grass planted right here to get up level with our walkway here. And then along the house, we're going to put like either new mulch or maybe rock. Haven't decided yet. I've been working on this off and on, and I got a very late start on this particular day, and I really didn't think I would get to this point, but that saw just made it so much faster. I was even had enough energy and time left to take that dirt that I got out of those holes for the stepping stones, and I used it to fill up some low spots in my backyard. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the positive comments and support. I'll have more videos like this coming soon. Thanks.